Warning: this video contains loud audio and mild swearing at some parts. This is not related to the content I usually do. I was just bored, so I decided to make this.
Why is the Atlantic Ocean that big? Why is Antarctica so small? Supposed to be big. Iceland suddenly duplicated. Why does Vietnam and Laos have some of China's land? Why does Norway and Sweden's land look so goofy? Thailand suddenly sunk into the ocean. Why does this part of Europe look like a bunch of states that are divided into land districts?
I mean, a lot of these are problems with the animation. This is old anyway.
Looks like Oceania moved further west to try fitting it here.
Yet they still cut off a large portion of New Zealand. Task failed successfully.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Yakko Warner.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama.
Why don't the Caribbean countries have borders?
Dude, they're all islands.
Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican.
It's Dominican Republic.
It would sound off if it was called correctly anyway. A lot of updated versions of this song still do this.
Cuba, Caribbean.
Caribbean is not a country, it's a sub-region. Greenland is not a country, it's a part of Denmark.
El Salvador to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is not a country, it's a territory of the United States.
Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras.
That is not how Guyana is pronounced.
No one cares.
Guyana and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda.
Bermuda is not a country, it's a part of British overseas territory.
Bahamas.
It's the Bahamas.
Tobago.
It's Trinidad and Tobago.
San Juan.
San Juan is not a country, it's a capital of Puerto Rico.
Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, and French Guiana.
French Guiana is not a country, it's a department of France.
Barbados and Guam.
Guam is not a country, it's a territory of the United States. Also, where is Oceania?
It drowned.
Germany doesn't usually shaped like that. I will put a picture. And what Germany usually look like.
Germany annexed Luxembourg and part of Belgium while they weren't on camera. In retaliation, Denmark and Austria took some parts of it. Also, very nice grammar.
Norway and Sweden and Iceland and Finland and Germany now one piece. Switzerland.
Switzerland is landlocked.
My boy Switzerland decided to end its neutrality and took over a portion of Italy.
Austria, Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia split up in 1993. It's now Czechia or Czech Republic.
And Slovakia. Unfortunate how this song happened to be first aired 8 months after the division.
Italy, Turkey.
The official of Turkey has changed its name to Turkey in 2022.
The Turkish name is officially used by the United Nations, however, it is only used in extremely formal contexts. In everyday situations, it can still be called Turkey. Also, this was first aired 29 years before that event.
Greece, Poland, Romania, Scotland.
Scotland is a part of United Kingdom.
Technically, Scotland is a country, but since 1707 it has been a constituent part of the United Kingdom, which is widely considered as one single sovereign nation.
And Albania, Ireland, Russia.
That's the map of Soviet Union. They dissolved back in 1991.
Oman.
Oman is much bigger than that. Also, where is the way?
Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq, and Iran. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel.
Why is Jordan that big?
It just got ownership of the Sinai Peninsula, guys. Don't worry about it.
Jordan, both.
Yemen unified back in 1990.
Ironic how the map only shows one Yemen.
Yemen's Kuwait and Bahrain, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Portugal, France, England.
England is also a part of UK.
Just like Scotland, England is technically a country, but it's also another constituent part of the United Kingdom.
Also, the entire island lights up when it's mentioned.
Denmark and Spain.
Looks like Sub-Saharan suddenly merged while nobody was looking.
They all decided to unite because they were too weak by themselves. The only ones who disagreed were Egypt and Madagascar.
India.
Why is the northernmost part of India separate from the rest of it?
I don't know. Maybe Kashmir became secretly independent.
Pakistan.
According to the map, Pakistan has a dot.
Isn't that Kashmir though? Didn't it just become independent like 3 seconds ago?
Burma.
Burma was renamed to Myanmar in 1989.
Actually, it can be called by either name. Myanmar and Burma are both correct because there is no official definitive name for the country's constitution. Despite being formally referred to as Myanmar, some countries still opt to call it Burma. And honestly, I prefer to call it Burma. It is easier to pronounce and flows much better within the song.
Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal.
There are no borders separating India from Nepal, Bhutan, or Bangladesh.
Bhutan, Cambodia.
Kampuchea was renamed to Cambodia. In 1989.
Malaysia, then Bangladesh.
Asia is not a country, that's a continent.
Asia and
Why didn't the northeastern part of China light up?
Manchuria also secretly became independent.
China, Korea.
The Korea split after 1945.
And the map showed both North and South Korea. Yakko still decided to say just Korea though because he failed history too. He even said Asia as if it were a country about 30 seconds ago.
Japan, Mongolia.
The S in Laos is silent.
Now that's just straight up bullshit, and I thought Yakko was dumb. This is so wrong that the voice narrator even contradicted himself.
Laos and Tibet.
Tibet is not a country, it's a region in China.
Indonesia, the Philippine Islands.
It's the Philippines.
He's not wrong though. The Philippines are indeed a bunch of islands.
Taiwan.
There are only about 12 UN members that recognize Taiwan as a sovereign country, so I don't think it qualifies as one. Taiwan used to be a UN member, but it got expelled by the PRC delegates in 1971. Also, most of Taiwan's relationships with other countries are in informal contexts.
Sri Lanka, New Guinea.
It's Papua New Guinea.
New Guinea is the island where Papua New Guinea is located.
Sumatra,
Sumatra is not a country, it's a part of Indonesia.
New Zealand, and Borneo.
Borneo is not a country, it's a part of Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei.
And Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana. Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland.
The King of Swaziland has changed its name to Eswatini in 2018.
You know this happened 2.5 decades after the release of this song, right?
It's named the Gambia.
Guinea, Algeria, Ghana.
South Africa suddenly split in half. Equatorial Guinea is missing too.
Gabon simply annexed it.
It's pronounced more like this.
De Lesotho and
It's pronounced more like this.
Malawi to
It's pronounced more like this.
No one gives a shit about these pronunciations, you're just being nitpicky at this point.
Togo. The Spanish Sahara is gone.
It had been gone for about 2 decades by the time this aired, so it was completely irrelevant to add this here.
But it's correct though. Why was this added as a mistake? Rob Paulson just wanted the lyrics to sound fun, and you're being the type of person that absolutely ruins it. This is nitpicking with a passion, and I hate it.
Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, Benin and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya and Mali, Sierra Leone and Algiers.
Algiers is not a country, it's a capital of Algeria.
Dahomey,
Dahomey stopped existing almost a century before this song came out.
Dahomey was also the former name for Benin until 1975, so the name only started being considered incorrect 18 years before this was first aired.
Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire.
Zaire was renamed to Democratic Republic of the Congo. In 1997.
The song was still first broadcasted before that.
Ethiopia.
Where's Eritrea?
Eritrea gained independence from Ethiopia about 4 months before this song was released. The producers didn't have enough time to fix that.
Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Mayotte.
An incorrect name for Mayotte, which is a department of France.
Mayotte and Maori are both correct names for it.
Cayman.
The Cayman Islands are a part of British Overseas Territory.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is not a country, it's a special administrative region. In China.
At the time of the song's release, Hong Kong was a British colony. It got handed over to China in 1997.
Abu Dhabi, Qatar.
Abu Dhabi is not a country, it's the capital of the United Arab Emirates.
It's also the largest of the emirates of such country.
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia dissolved back in 1992.
The Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia broke up that year, but the remaining territories that comprised Serbia and Montenegro were known as the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia before 2003. The Union of Serbia and Montenegro stopped existing in 2006 when both countries seceded it.
Crete.
Crete is not a country, it's an island in Greece.
Mauritania, then Transylvania.
Transylvania is not a country, it's a region in Romania.
Monaco, Liechtenstein.
Funny how they're just now mentioning the European microstates that they didn't bother to add to the map.
The old narrator got tired, so they had to replace him. The new one doesn't sound any less annoying.
Malta and Palestine.
Palestine has some sort of UN participation as an observer state and is recognized by 139 UN members. However, at the time of this song's first broadcast, it had much less recognition, so it was an error before.
Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
South Sudan became a country back in 2011.
That happened 18 years later, and Sudan didn't suffer a division. South Sudan rather gained independence from Sudan. He forgot to add Kazakhstan, and Kosovo's sovereignty as a country is rather disputed.
The S in Laos is silent.